Nam we are generally Piang Wajin, Pay Wajin, so that the woman, Tibia, young one lover.
He is very glad to be able to share this kind of musical culture to Holland people. Yes, he's the leader and he controls everything and he leads the ensembles.
A prayer never, Dilon the boat, could load the boat, Lobiaro, Dipo, Dalodi, Dilodi, Kuna Usa, Miro, the Yana, Japan and Lara.
Like they have to practice many years, and also there's some kinds of gestures or behavior which he show to his team member, and sometimes when he play a big drum with a specific rhythm, so kind of he's pointing. Instead of talking directly, he just instructing his group with the sounds. Tuning system is primarily we have primary 5 tones. So based on the 5 tones, we develop it each tuning system have let's say a chow bout or corner bout or something like that. So depending on the musical genre which you play, depending on the type you play, the tuning system will be different. So every time they play the different genre, they have to change the tuning system. So all tuning systems are based on primary 5 tone. That primary 5 tone can be very different. It's chord music. In the old days, Burmese musicians they perform for the king, and at the time we some writer just write something like this, kind of sign one player, and there's some kinds of chamber something like chamber music, not really chamber, but they use kind of soft instrument, and for this kind of instrument it's kind of very loud, but also it can also be very soft depending on the situations. So all musical genre are what we call mahagita. Mahagita means great sound, big songs, or Burmese classical music descendant from the court, and ministers and some prince or princess they wrote those pieces 200 years ago. Yeah. To become a sign player, you have to devote your whole life. Since you were young, you have to study from your teachers. Depending on your teachers, you got different kinds of version, and also each it's the way is something like any other Asian music. You got the main melody, and you learn many different kinds of interpretation from different teachers. So when you really play, so it's something like almost improvisation, spontaneous improvisation, and you keep the main melody in your head and you improvise it. So depending on his mood and depending on the situation and depending on the availability of time, he will improvise, he will put his own interpretation, embellishments. So it's always each time he play differently.
Akaya dia usana but I mean akaya kajku the she and back in the bomb do never do lubia. Akaya kajena or lubida.
Yeah. It's something like the musician always have to watch the dancer and their step and their gesture, and they have to play according to them. They always have to watch them and create different patterns which will be suited for the dancer. So it's kind of they're not leading to each other. It's kind of communicating each other. It's not up and down. It always goes together. That spirit is called Gojijo. Gojijo is one of the most famous Nat, the spirit. He is really famous, and for his dance, we have to prepare alcohol, whiskey, or any kinds of alcohol, and grilled chicken, and you know, like yeah, it's quite famous and very energetic and very nice.
ရှိပါတယ်လို့
Yes.
လုံးဝမပြောက်ပဲပါဘူးမာဂီတာမပြောက်ပါဘူးမာဂီတာထုတ်လုပ်ပြီးသုံးပါတယ်
Yeah, even though we cannot say like it's very popular, but it's still widely performed around the country, especially for the countryside. You know, like for the Pagoda festival or for religious ceremony. Even though some people, most people don't really understand the Mahagita, the classical sound, it's still widely used in different contexts, especially for the auspicious ceremony.
Net kara ne net poeri etoko wadna para khalibo area wadna para ba.
He is interesting from the childhood and started to dance. I mean from the 5 years, 6 year old.
Net karo aro meima yaukja meimisha အကုန်လုံးလုပ်လို့ရတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့အခုခေါ်တဲ့အချိန်မှာကျွန်တော်ကိုခေါင်းဆောင်ပြီးခေါ်တဲ့အတွက်ကျွန်တော်နဲ့အဆင်ပြေမဲ့လူကိုခေါ်လာရတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
He told that this moment he was invited from that group. Actually, not dancing is man, woman, or gay also can dance.
မျိုးဆက်တစ်တွေကတော့စတိုက်ရှိပါတယ်ဟိုနက်ကတော့တယောက်မှာနတ်တပည့်တွေကတော့အများကြီးပဲအဲ့ဒီအများကြီးကမှစူးစမ်းတဲ့သူကတော့အောင်မြင်မှုဖြစ်ကြမှာပါ
Yes, actually we have a new generation. Every elder Nakadaw, they have also many young generation. They come and dance, they come and obey, they come and respect, and they help to his leader. From there, I think he told, they know who is the best one. And most of the young people, new generation, they have hobby and they have intensive learning and they know the elder Nakadaw, who is the best one they select.